Hey, Larry, first of all, great to meet you and congratulations on the success.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, good stuff. So, I look at this. The Rams finished undefeated in league play the first time since 2008. And go figure, Bridgewater State was the last team to do that.
Yeah. I mean, for the history of the conference, Bridgewater has been a powerhouse for decades in a lot of sports, and we've been fortunate over the past few years to kind of get some really good quality athletes and quality humans into our program, and kind of putting the pieces together to compete at for our conference championship every year, and we've kind of been fortunate to be able to make it work.
Yeah, great stuff. Best of three starts on Saturday. And of course, we can't have spectators, but exciting that you're home.
Yeah, so it's actually Friday. It's Friday at 2 o'clock.
Friday. Yep.
Yeah, and thankfully, it sounds like they're going to start letting some parents in. They started that last week, so at least we'll have the parents, or each athlete will get a couple guests that they're allowed to let in and keep their distance. So it'll be nice, for them to be able to see their daughters play on the big stage, and for that. But super exciting. I mean, we've been fortunate enough to win the championship the last 3 years that we've played, but only once has it been at home,
Yeah.
back in 2017. So it's nice to be at home. We play really well on our field, and definitely excited for the weekend.
What has it been like campus-wise now that, last year was so tough, but it must be just the sense of more excitement for everybody that not only having sports, but just having people to walk around here. It's nice.
Yeah. It's playing games and getting back into our season. It kind of, when I'm out on the field, and I think our athletes are the same way. You kind of forget about, the COVID stuff, right? And
Sure.
some of the safety precautions and changes that we've made are kind of now, 34 games into it, kind of ingrained, second nature, and you don't think about it. There was a couple weeks ago where we played Friday night, get on a bus Saturday, drive out, play on the road Saturday, come back Saturday night, and then we get off the bus, and I'm like, oh wait, like I gotta like, I can't just like go out to dinner and so it's really nice to kind of, and I think it's great for our athletes to kind of get that release, that sense of normalcy, and like you're saying, I think in the past few weeks, and there's that light at the end of the tunnel, with the weather turning and all that stuff, to get that sense of normalcy back is really, really exciting. But we made sure to tell our athletes at the end of this past weekend that we're in the home stretch here, and still to make sure that we're taking good precautions and following all the stuff that has allowed us to have such a successful season, and kind of avoid some of the setbacks that some other folks have had.
So this week leading up to it, I mean, it's the grind for everybody. I know for yourself, there's a lot of work that goes in to prepare for Friday.
Yeah, and then throw finals week on top of it for our athletes. I mean, especially with it being a lot more remote this week, I think it's probably maybe a little easier on them, as far as maybe scheduling, their time and managing their time. But they've got a lot going on. They've got to pack up their residence halls and get ready to kind of sit on home for the summer, but at the same time prepare for a conference championship, and do well on their finals. So they've got a lot on their plate, but they're a strong, dedicated group, and I'm excited for them.
Did you ever think you'd be a coach?
I went to school for sport management, at SUNY Cortland, and I actually thought I was going to be a Major League Baseball umpire, and I just wanted to go get my degree first.
Yeah.
And one thing led to another. Super fortunate to have met some amazing people, at my alma mater, who kind of set me in a direction I didn't anticipate. I would have never said I would have been a softball coach, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But again, some amazing people in our sport, some amazing people that came into my life and kind of opened the doors for me here, and now I could never imagine not being a softball coach.
Yeah, that's great. The pace of softball is something that I think baseball would love to catch on to. I mean, it's really the pace is outstanding.
It is, and it's the pace of of play, but the pace of every play.
Yes.
I coach at the youth level, and a group of, it's a group of athletes that are looking to play at the college level. And we had practice yesterday, and I just kept saying, you need to understand the speed of this game. Every single, you hit a routine ground ball to shortstop. It's a one-step play every play.
Yeah.
And really understanding that pace and that speed makes it so fun, so exciting. And from the strategy point, it's baseball and softball get compared a lot, but when you get down to the nitty gritty, there's a lot of differencces too.
Yeah. Starts with pitching, and you have some youth in your pitching, which has had an outstanding run here.
Yeah, we've got 3 pitchers on our staff right now, and actually all 3 of them are first year college pitchers. Allie and Shannon are academically sophomores, but obviously didn't play in 2020, so freshmen. And then Layla Pepin, who is our junior kind of combo outfielder DP pitcher. She had an injury her freshman year back in 2019 that she didn't really pitch in games. And so she worked her way back to that and got in the rotation, and she's eaten some big innings and it really been successful at those too. But yeah, I mean, like you said, the game starts and ends in the circle. We talk about constantly, you need quality pitching, strong defense, and timely hitting to win big softball games. And as good as our pitchers are, and don't get me wrong, they are very good. It's our defense that makes them as good as they are. They're not striking out, 10 batters, 12 batters a game. They're forcing bad contact, and our defense makes the plays. And I think that's the biggest shout out there.
All right. Thanks for the time. I'll let you get back to work. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck.
All right. Thanks, Mike.